We are stepping into the new year, a new us. All right. 2025 is going to be our year of accomplishing goals, living our dream life, having an abundant life. But of course, that's when we start doing the work. Hi, my name is Shireen. Call me Miss Rain. I'm your unconventional teacher. So take what resonates. Guys, I bet y'all thought I was going to stroke your ego there. But the truth is, if we want to make 2025 our year, if we want to start living authentic life, a free-spirited, creative life, living our dreams, the truth is, yes, we have to put in the work. We can't just manifest it and it will come to us. Work is required, especially inner work. And what do I mean with doing work? Well, okay. What I did is broke down all the work I've been putting in up to today in 4 steps for you guys to make it easier. Feel free to take what resonates from my 4 steps, get creative, mold it into something that is obviously best fit for you guys. So anyways, when I mean put in the work to make 2025 our year, I mean, if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, if you follow me on the socials, you guys hear me talk about this a lot. Step 1 is doing the inner work. How did doing the inner work look for me? Well, doing the inner work for me looks different for how it would look for you guys. For me, it was, getting on the socials, following a spiritual leader, which she would go on live and, drop some free gems, do some free readings. And with, following her and you doing some of her workshops, it helped me get into some reflection, introspection, accountability. Sorry guys about the noise. Accountability. And also at that time, my friend was on her inner work journey. So we got together and boom, she was basically my accountability partner. So I had my accountability partner. I had a teacher, a spiritual teacher. I got into some journaling. Guys, not because I sell reflection journals. That's the least. But because I journal myself and I like teaching you guys from my experience, you guys really need to consider getting into some journaling. Yes, I know some people are not like writers, but there is different types of journaling. I'm not going to get into full detail about that, but yes, I started journaling and I created a journal that is built to get you into the habit of checking in on yourself. And why I love that journal for me is because throughout this year it helped me spot patterns and triggers and just promoted more understanding and more of a self-awareness of myself. So why I recommend getting into some journaling is, yes, 1, to help with getting a better understanding of self, and a self-awareness. 2 is to spot patterns and triggers and habits that you're not aware of. That's what I believe journaling is for. And 3, it's like it's helping you get into the habit of holding yourself accountable and kind of parenting yourself. It's just promoting you to do the self-healing rather than what you usually do when you go out and emotionally dump on your best friends or your loved ones. Journaling helps you. It holds you accountable and it's for you only, and it also is good for the ones around you so you're not always dumping on. There's a word for it, but I'm a little thrown off right now because there's a lot going on in the back. Sorry guys. Yes, so I got into, what did I say? I had a spiritual teacher. I had an accountability buddy. I got into some journaling and doing the inner work, which I kind of talk about this in episode 1 of the podcast. It's not just the spiritual work as well. It's also the physical work. It's also like self-care. So it's like, I tend to go out in nature, do some mindful practices, the spiritual practices, etc. As I said, doing the inner work for me can look different for you. For you, it could be therapy. For you, it could be like rehab. For you, it could be, I'm not taking shots, guys. I'm just listing off examples off the bat. But for you, starting to do the inner work can look totally different from what I'm doing. I'm just listing off my steps. So step 1 is the inner work. Step 2 is getting to know self. I feel like that's the problem with majority of the collective. Well, the ones that have been avoiding the work is we haven't been aware of what we want from life. Who are we? Like, if you are running around trying to set goals and trying to claim 2025 to be your year and you don't know who you are, God, I'm sorry to say, like, need I say more? But it's very important, I believe, that you know who you are and what you want from life. Why do you feel you're here? What do you want to get from life? What does your higher self look like? Like, who are you? What is your values? What is your belief system? And then when you reflect on those things, you got to make sure those values and belief system are not limited. They're not outdated or old. They're not from your parents or teachers or adults that you grew up around. You got to get to the core of who exactly you are, not who told you who you are. Okay, that's step 2, is figuring out who you are and what do you want from life. Step 3 is reprogramming the mind. So, which goes into a little bit about what I was saying prior, which is like identifying your belief system, making sure that it's your belief system. It's not a limited belief system like that you picked up from your parents or your old environment, etc. Reprogramming the mind is, identifying those limited beliefs. It's talking to yourself. It's positive self-talk. It's nurturing yourself. It's reparenting yourself. It's, get it into your affirmations. I know when you guys hear the word affirmations, we think that you're like, oh, affirmations. We all have tried it. Me too. I've tried affirmations and I fell off. But what worked for me is writing realistic affirmations. That's what you guys did. So the activity I did for myself was I called it realistic affirmations, where you create affirmations for each day of the week. So that's 7 affirmations. And you're writing affirmations that are real. Because I don't know about you guys, my Capricorn's talking here. I don't make affirmations that doesn't feel right when I say it. Like, I don't like saying affirmations that doesn't feel right when I say it. I don't believe it. And then how can I, practice having a positive mindset when I don't believe the affirmation? I'm always repeating myself, right? So when I say realistic, guys, you can add a little humor to it, make sure it reflects who you are, and make sure it's positive. When I say realistic, doesn't mean it has to be a negative affirmation or anything. Have to make sure it's positive, but make sure it reflects who you are, your authenticity, and what you believe. Okay? So create affirmations for each day of the week. And what I finally did, because I have a habit of not, excuse the noisy background, I have a habit of forgetting to repeat my affirmations. Finally, I created a little background for my home screen, and I put each affirmation on the background. And because iPhone, I don't know about Samsung, it gives you the option to customize your save screen background. So I actually changed my background for Moon Day, Mars Day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I like talking in the planetaries, but I have affirmations for each day and I put it as my lock screen background. So if you guys think that idea is fun and creative, go ahead, it's still my idea. So yeah, step 1 is doing the inner work. Step 2 is getting to know yourself. Step 3, reprogramming your mind with positive self-talk, reparenting yourself, having conversations with yourself, creating realistic affirmations. How else can you talk positive to yourself? Oh, rephrasing words that are used negative, like I'm broke. Instead of saying I'm broke, you can say I'm going through a financial transition. So yeah, it's learning to rephrase the negative things you're always saying. And yeah, that's step 3. And last but not least, step 4, which is the action stage. Taking action. This is the fun stage because this is where you can step into your inner artist, your inner creativity, and get fun with it. This is where the goal setting happens, guys. This is where the experience happens. This is where you go out and just, after putting in all that work, you go out and you step into the world and you step into your authenticity and you shine your light and you show it off because you're allowed to, because you did the work to. This is where you can actually step into that entrepreneurship journey. This is where you can quit that job because you followed step 1, 2, 3, and now by doing the work and knowing who you are and what you want with life, do you have that guidance, that North Star, I would like to say. Step 1 to 3 is basically your North Star. By having that North Star, now you know what to lock in on when you're on your journey. And if you fall off, you come back on, because that's your mission. Your mission is this. Your mission is to live an authentic, fulfilling life. Your mission is to have 2025 be your year. Now you know how to do it, because now you know what you want from it and who you are. You get what I'm saying? So basically, because you've been doing the inner work, you won't be getting in your own way anymore. You won't be self-sabotaging. You'll be ready to take on your dream life without there being big hiccups. Because, let's be real, there's always going to be problems in our life, but we pick and choose our problems. Do we want them to be super difficult problems because we have been avoiding the work and now we get slapped with hard lessons? Or do we want them to be little just minor hiccups on our journey where we face that challenge and we overcome it and we level up because we've been doing the inner work, and we're not going to be thrown off guard when the lesson gets thrown at us? That's why it's important to get through these steps and then wrap it up and bring it up to step 4, which is the action. You take action, you get into it, and you step into that life. So that's your homework for tonight, is to take the 4 steps, create it and turn it into your own 4 steps. Yeah, use it as an outline and a guide to step into this new year, a new you. Okay, grab 2025 by the balls and make it your year, the year where we will be accomplishing goals and we will be living a fulfilling, authentic life. I quickly want to show you guys the journals that I was talking about with step 1 and doing the inner work. I did say I sell reflection journals. This is just the first version. I'm talking about the daily dumps version, guys. So this is the yearly version. I do have a 5-week version of this if you're not ready to commit to a year of checking in on yourself. There is a 5-week version of checking in on yourself. So this is the daily dumps version. You give you guys a quick flip through of how it looks like. Okay, I'll leave the link below if you guys are interested in, if journaling is your thing and you want to put that for step 1 with doing the inner work as a tool. I'll leave the link below. Thank you guys again. Peace and love.